Hello class. Today we're going to take a look at how to add collisions to your code, which is super useful if you're writing a game or even a button or you want something to bounce off a wall. So let's take a look. So there's a library written by somebody named B. Morin. So if you go to this address, github.com/bmorin/p5.clyde2d, and the first thing you have to do is just scroll down and then you'll find this. It's in a sort of grayish box. I'm going to scroll down again. So it's like 2 pages down or something like that. And you're just going to copy this. And what this allows you to do is access all this code that we'll see down here that somebody else has written to make collisions super easy in your code. I go back to my P5, I go to my index.html, and they were kind enough to leave a blank on line 8, and I put it there. Now, if you've done that right, you can run it, and it says this, meaning you've got the collide code. If you don't see that, it means somehow you pasted this wrong, you missed something, and then just go back and do that again. Cool. All right, so we have this. And let's say I want to see if I can get a rectangle. Let's just put this here, or make it 70 by 60. And a circle collide. And I'm going to make the circle move around with the cursor. And so if I do these, the idea is I can move this and I want to know when these two have collided. Okay. So I go back to this GitHub page and I scroll down, and my two shapes, remember, were a circle and a rectangle. And you just look through here until you find one that says it. And see, it says collide rect circle. That's the one we want for this particular case. Now, if we were doing like creating a button and we want to know when the cursor was over the, let's say it's a circle, I could choose collide point circle because my cursor is essentially a point. And if my button was the shape of a circle, I would grab that one. If I want to know when a ball, let's say, which is a circle, was hitting the right side of the canvas, I could do line circle because the right side of the circle is essentially a line and a ball is essentially a circle, and so that would work. Okay, so I'm going to go back here and I'm just going to paste what I copied, collide rect circle, but I have to ask a question. So I say if the rectangle and circle are colliding, and let's just do something really simple. Whoops. There we go. If they're colliding, let's just fill red. Otherwise, we're going to fill blue just so we can see when it's happened. But I'm not quite done, but I'm actually really close, which just shows you how easy this is. I have to tell this function that B. Morin wrote, what are the coordinates so it can figure out of the circle and the rectangle, so it can figure out if they're colliding. Now, this is the most important part. Rectangle comes first. So what I need to do is get the coordinates of the rectangle. Look how easy this is. I'm just going to copy that and stick it in. So rectangle comes first, so I put in the rectangle first and then comma. And then circle comes next, so I put the coordinates of the circle in next. And again, I can just copy those. Don't forget to put that extra comma in there. And now it's blue until these two touch, and then it becomes red. And it doesn't matter where I come from. It works. Now, as I said, you can do other things. I'm going to do a really quick one. Let's say I want to turn the rectangle into a button. So that would be point rect. And then all I would have to do is replace this. Got some extra parentheses. And then I would first put in a point. That's the cursor. So I'm going to put in mouse X, mouse Y, because that's the coordinates of the cursor at any point in time. And then I would, because it's point, I do the point first, and then it's rect for the rectangle. Whoops, don't want to miss that. So what did I do? I went to B. Morin, grabbed collide point rect. I say if my mouse, my pointer, which is mouse X, mouse Y, is colliding with my rectangle, which is at these coordinates, then turn red. So now I have my cursor, And as soon as I touch it, and now it can be, when I click, I could make it do something. I could also say cursor hand. And watch when the cursor goes over, it turns into a hand. That's nice. I should probably make this cursor arrow. So now it's a hand, it's an arrow, it's a hand, it's an arrow. And as I said, you could add something else about mouse pressed, or you could add mouse clicked, and just use this code to figure out if the person has clicked on the button. I hope you find this useful. Happy coding.